Oh, there's the triangle.
Man, shut
After 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. 30-27, 30-27, and 30-28.
Man, Fluffy Hernandez is seriously legit. And you know what else is legit? My predictions. As per usual, amazing predictions. 11 and 1, meaning I got 11 right and only 1 wrong. My best ever predictions. Damn, bro, what can I say, man? I'm just the predictions king, bro. I'm just the predictions king. The only one I got wrong was Cerada versus Andre Fili. But, like, be honest, who thought Andre Fili was going to win that fight? Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Anyway, let's talk about some of these fights. I'm going to skip the first 2 on the card just because, like, they were dry as hell. Let's talk about this one. Uros Medic versus Gilbert Urbina. Medic, this was a weird fight because Medic literally got knocked down within, like, the first 2 seconds of the fight. And then, yeah, I don't know what that was about. That was kind of a clumsy moment from him. But he then came back and got his KO inside, like, 1 minute. Amazing KO, flatline KO as well. Yeah, very good win. Good comeback. Next up, Jocelyn Edwards versus Kachev, and another finish for Jocelyn Edwards. She's now on a 3-fight win streak, and all of them coming by finish, which is, you know, that's pretty good in her division. That doesn't happen much. But yeah, obviously 3-fight win streak. I think she deserves a bit of a step up in competition now. So maybe her versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. I think that would be a good fight for her. Next up, of course, we have to talk about this one. Elijah Smith versus Kazama. Brutal KO slam by Elijah Smith. That is crazy. I can't lie. That is insane. Rampage-esque, man. Everyone's talking about it. It's exactly like Rampage's. Maybe even more. Is it more brutal? I don't know. But they both got knocked the hell out instantly. Potentially illegal, though. I know a lot of people were saying that. I mean, to be fair, even if it is or it isn't, I don't really care because it was a good KO. Hopefully the guy's okay, though. But yeah. Now let's talk about this fight. This was a decent little scrap between Julius Walker and Rafael Cerada. Bro, listen. At the beginning of this fight, I'm not going to lie, because I did pick Walker to win this fight. I was a little bit worried because, you know, they were having exchanges on the feet and Cerada was definitely getting the better of Walker. But I must say, W fight IQ by Julius Walker because he instantly, in every single round as well, dominated him with the grappling. Just didn't even let him breathe for a second. And, you know, they were both exhausted. And every time they would get up, you know, I was just like... It was so like gripping to watch. I was really scared for Julius Walker in case he got knocked out. He did get knocked down as well, I think, or wobbled or something. And then he got a knockdown off his own against Cerada in that 3rd round. Yeah, it was a very good fight. They were both exhausted by the end, but yeah, man, it was a close fight. As in, like, not close, as in, like, obviously Julius won every round, but like, there was a lot of times where Cerada could have won that fight. Now let's talk about the co-main event, Steve Ursk versus Osborne. Steve Ursk is back in the win column after a very long time. You know, he was on a 3 or 4 fight losing streak, but now he's back. I mean, it wasn't without any, you know, challenges. He almost did get, you know, knocked out by Osborne in that 1st round or something. But yeah, it was a pretty close fight. I mean, it was a 29-28 easily for Steve Ursk, but yeah, man. This if he lost this fight, it would be over for Steve Ursk. Like, imagine a few fights ago he was so close to beating Pantoja, the champion, and then now imagine he lost to Osborne. That would be insane, but he didn't. So let's not even talk about that. What's next for him, man? Osborne, he wasn't even ranked anyway. 13-9 record. So yeah, not exactly amazing, but he's a good fighter though. I have to give it to him. He is actually a good fighter despite his terrible record. So he should carry on fighting people outside the rankings. And then for Steven Ursk, you know, I think he was actually supposed to fight Alex Perez. I think that's a good fight because Alex Perez, he hasn't won much recently. Same with Steve Ursk. So that'll be a good fight, I think. And finally, of course, the main event, Fluffy Hernandez versus Roman Dolidze. And Hernandez gets it done in typical fashion. Absolutely dominates Dolidze. Won every single round. Even one of them, you know, you could argue a 10-8 round. One of the judges did give, you know, that 3rd round or 2nd round to Hernandez a 10-8. So basically a domination. And then obviously he gets that submission in the 4th round via the rear naked choke. And he extends his win streak to, I think, 8, which is crazy. That's like one of the longest win streaks in the division. And he's not even close to the title shot still. Like, he needs a big ramp up in competition. He said that he wants to fight, you know, RDR for the BMF belt. I actually wouldn't mind seeing that. Like, I feel like the winner of that fight could definitely go on to win to fight for the title. Obviously, we have to wait for next week's main event, which is of course DDP versus Chimaev. The winner of that, we'll see what happens. But so what's next for them? Obviously, like I just said, I don't mind Hernandez fighting Cerada. I'm sure it will not be for the BMF belt, but if I think that fight is a good fight. I think Hernandez beats like almost anyone in the division, bro. He's actually so good. Like, he's so dominant and he's so relentless. You know, with his style, he is a really, really legit contender, and I genuinely think he is a big challenge for the title holder, whoever that would be. You know, if Hernandez does fight for that title. For Dolidze, he was on a 3-fight win streak and now he's just lost to Anthony Hernandez, so, you know, he can't really fight up in the rankings. Maybe him versus, okay, he's just fought Vittori, so maybe him versus Abus Magomedov, or actually, is Roman Kopylov coming off a win? No, Roman Kopylov just got dominated in his last fight. Yeah, maybe him versus Abus Magomedov. That would be a good fight. So there it is, just a little quick review of last night's fight night. Overall, I would say it was a decent fight night, maybe 7 out of 10. You know, there weren't that many finishes, but obviously the main event was, and there were some other good fights like Walker versus Cerada, and, you know, stuff like that. There were more finishes on the prelims actually, but anyway, that's about it for today. You guys let me know your thoughts on this fight night, on this video, anything else. Just let me know in the comment section down below. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. Safe.